program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
It's time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loudesmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better better.
What?
Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another episode of Steer the Line. As you can see, I am live in the Toyota Arena in Ontario, where the Empire Strikers play. We're 2 hours from kickoff. Alongside me, virtually, we have Loudesmond, our handicap specialist, and Rocky Giordani, our ex-professional athlete. Fellas, how are you doing so far this fine afternoon?
I'm doing better than Rocky because he's muted.
Yes, I muted myself. Sorry about
There
that. Hey,
you
yeah,
go.
great. I'm still traveling. Excuse me, guys. I'm in a hotel room. So
No, we're all good. Christian,
great.
I see you're at the Toyota Arena. You're at the home opener of the Empire Strikers Major Arena Soccer League team.
Yes, sir, I am. I'm also at the home opener of the football legend Marco Fabian, the man who's won a World Cup for Mexico, who's played for Germany, for Mexico, and now he's here in the Indoor Soccer Arena League and plays for the Empire Strikers. He will be making his debut today at 7:30 Pacific time.
For the MASL, Major Arena Soccer League. I understand you had an interview with him earlier this week.
Yes, I did. I did have an interview with Marco Fabian. Great man, great guy. Something you guys are going to see very shortly and right about now. Giordani with KMET 1490 AM, and I'm here with the famous, infamous Marco Fabian. Marco, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy in my second training. I'm happy to be with my teammates, to meet my teammates and for training and just come directly to work, but I'm really happy and exciting for this Friday.
Speaking of your teammates, have you got a chance to meet any of them, create some bonds, become friends with them, anything else?
Yeah, it's my second day. Of course, it's really quick, but the first impression, it's a very good group. It's a very good humans, everyone that in 2 days I feel like at home. So yeah, I just have to remember all the names and use the memory, but I think it's a good group and I feel like really familiar with these guys.
That's great to hear. Marco, we obviously know you've been playing outdoor soccer and have been a legend there so far. What is the biggest thing and the biggest reason that led you to this league right here, the Indoor Soccer League?
Yeah, of course. It's a really new challenge for me, and my first thing I have to is like I say, I feel like in my first day of the school. No, I have to ask a lot of questions. I studying a little bit. How is the rules? Because everything is new for me. But at the same time, I got it really fast. It's at the end of the day, it's soccer. So I remember my last time when I played indoor soccer, I was with 14 years with my friends. So right now I try to enjoy, because one of the most important things you have to enjoy on the pitch, and then learn how is everything, the movements, the times, the fitness. So I think I got it. After it's too quickly to get it too fast, but I try to do my best, and I hope after 3-4 games I got it.
So, playing soccer outside your whole life, are you going to have to train differently? Are you going to have to push more weight or do more agility training to adjust to the indoor games physicality?
I think yes. I think it's a different fitness. Why? Because here is a soccer, but you have to play very, very fast, very quickly. You have a different rules, so you have to do your 100%, and then if you feel tired, you have a chance, and then you can come in again. So it's not in a normal game. outside soccer, you have 90 minutes, so you have to see the times. You have time to rest inside of the pitch. He this just fast, just run. You have to defense, attack, and at the same time you have to fill the time. So yeah, of course it's different. It's a different fitness, but I do my work and I do I know my body, and I just try to training, of course, about this game.
So when you got the opportunity to play with the Empire Strikers, were you excited to be able to play in the United States once again?
Yes, of course. I feel like California like my second home, because always when I come here with the national team, with Chivas, with Cruz Azul, with my own, it's a lot of Mexican fans here. I feel like a familiar here. So it's my first time we have opportunity to play in California. So yeah, I receive a lot of message fans and this. So yeah, and then it's one of my big decision to play to come to play here. But I am happy for that, because it's like I told you, it's a new challenge, but at the same time, in one of the places when I won before. So yeah, and then the league is important to grow up and just try more people, more fans, more important players to play here. So it's a good opportunity.
And Marco, as an individual, as a player, and as a team, what is your goal at the end of the season as an Empire Striker?
Of course, I want to be champion. I come here to win. I'm not a person I don't like to lose in every single game. Even if I play PlayStation, I don't like to lose. So I come here to win step by step. Of course, I have to work. I think the key of the successful is just work, and then I have to be champion with this team. This is my achievement.
That was Marco Fabian for the Empire Strikers. Very humble man, a man who's accomplished so much in a football career, is now playing in the Inland Empire himself. Guys, any comments on that interview?
Yeah. Did you mute me? Am I muted?
No.
You're good.
Listen, I'm not even a soccer fan, and even I know who Marco Fabian is. He's a very big deal. He's going to put a lot of butts in a lot of seats in Ontario. It was a real coup for them to get him. Now, of course, he's had a wonderful career, and he might be, leaning towards the end of his career, the last part of his career. But this guy's still an amazing athlete, and this indoor soccer is going to be much faster. He's right. The training is going to be much different. You're going to have to step up everything.
Well, okay, so one of the reasons why his game should translate to the Major Arena Soccer League indoor on the much more fast-moving turf in a smaller field is he's a smaller of stature player. And he has great balance, and he can use either foot. And he's been said that he's one of the best on-the-ball players in the world in his prime. So those are all things that are very important to playing in the indoor game. I wonder what it's going to be like for him to get boarded the first time, because that happens in indoor soccer. It's like hockey in that way. If you're on the ball on the boards, they can slam you into the boards. So it's going to be an interesting transition. Christian, thank you for being there. Thanks to the Empire Strikers for letting us broadcast from there. Hopefully, if there are more home games on Friday nights, we can have you out there live more often and promote what is a really fun, fast-moving game in the Major Arena Soccer League. And, of course, important to the region to have professional sports teams of our own, like our very own Empire Strikers, that we hope very soon will be bringing a championship to the region and the city of Ontario. All right, let's talk some NFL football. I was off by a week, but the Chargers fired their coach and their general manager today you can't make this up. The Raiders failed to score a point against the Minnesota Vikings last week and lost 3-0.
Yeah, crazy.
And then they explode for 63 points against the Chargers.
Yes,
Christian,
sir.
was firing the coach a foregone conclusion for the Chargers?
It's been a foregone conclusion since week 3 of this NFL season. The Chargers season has been an utter disaster and an extreme disappointment this year. I'm glad not only the coach got fired, but the general manager is now out of there. They've took Quentin Johnson ahead of guys like Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Puka Nakua, and Tank Dell. These guys have all been studs, nearing 1,000 receiving yards this year, and now they are no longer. The Chargers passed up on every single good receiver this year.
I want to point out that the Chargers have one of the most expensive defenses in terms of salary in the NFL, and they now rank 32nd in points allowed.
Not only do they rank 32nd points allowed, they have allowed the most points through 15 weeks in the modern football era.
Oh,
These
I didn't know that. That is a great stat.
The worst defense in football. They pay an average of $14.5 million per touchdown.
Yeah.
Wow. Rocky.
Wow, yeah. I think that that defensive stat is going to change. My prediction was they fire their coach and hire Bill Belichick. We'll see what happens. But, alluding to the salary that they spend on their defense, it's because they have a lot of great defensive players. I totally blame this whole disaster on the coach, on the coaching staff. I don't know.
He's a defensive coach.
Yes, he's a defensive coach. He gets there. They've got some great defensive players. They just can't put it together. Did they fire the defensive coordinator? He went with the coach, I imagine, right?
Well, okay. Now,
yes, with the head coach.
One of the things that I'm seeing a lot of people saying is, especially if you watch, there was a Raiders player, defensive lineman who's like 350 pounds, who picked up a fumble and went 40, 50 yards for a touchdown. Not a single Chargers skill player tried to chase him down. And what I'm hearing is the team basically had quit on that coach. Yeah. Just like the Raiders had quit on their coach. They just didn't like him, didn't want to play for him anymore, and we're done.
It's really hard to win when you're not behind a coach who can lead the locker room. No one wants to play on a losing team, obviously, but no one wants to play on a losing team with a bad coach even more.
Yeah. So we are entering, I think, the best 2 weeks of football every year. Starting tomorrow, there are college games and NFL games every day for 17 days. And I'm not talking like one Monday night football game or one Thursday night football game, because bowl season starts on Saturday. Almost every day between now and New Year's, there are multiple football games on every day, starting on the West Coast at like noon. Tomorrow, the first bowl game is at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, which is why I love living on the West Coast, because you get games all day and you don't have to stay up all night to watch the last ones. Rocky, how great is this time of the year?
Listen, man, my favorite time of the year is like the end of the season and beginning of the playoffs. And after Wild Card Weekend, in my mind, the best weekend of football is the divisional championship weekend. After Wild Card Weekend, those are your very best teams. That's the best of the best. The guys who made the cuts, got the work done, and that's when the real fun starts. And that's when my betting line really goes up.
And by the way, I had a great bowl season last year. I was north of 75%. I bet every bowl game. I picked every bowl game. I'm not sure I personally bet every bowl game, but I picked every bowl game. I tried to bet every bowl game. And I am tremendous at the end of the season and in the playoffs. I trend up, not down. So let's talk about some picks. After all, it's a betting show. And by the way, betting on sports is not legal in California, but it's legal in like 30 other states, including where I am in Washington. So you know what? If it's not legal to bet where you are, don't do it. Just putting it out there. All right, the Cure Bowl. Second game up tomorrow. Miami, Ohio at App State. Unfortunately, Rocky, not only do you have to watch out for injuries now and players opting out for the NFL, the transfer portal is really screwing with bowl season in a big way. And I think it's a problem, Rock.
Yeah, it never used to be that way. I don't remember ever having heard so many guys transfer, college players in this transfer portal thing is absolutely, it's like beat me up, Scotty. They just left and right. And
so what if they decide they want to go in the transfer portal, they say I'm opting out of the bowl game. Right. And it is having massive effects. Look, Miami, Ohio, and App State. App State's just a better team than they are. App State beat one of the best teams in the country in their house in James Madison University. They're -6.5. I'm on App State minus the points. If it was -9.5, I might still be on App State. Rocky.
Yes, I agree. Appalachian State is a clear favorite in this one.
All right, LA Bowl. Speaking of teams that are really hurt by the transfer portal and the NFL, UCLA's quarterback is leaving for the transfer portal. Their best defensive player, anyway, that guy, he's opting out to get ready for the NFL draft. So they've lost the most important player on both sides and some other skill players that are transferring to other places. Boise is +4.5 in this game. And I think Boise has the motivation edge too, Rocky, because UCLA, who cares? We're playing in our own city against Boise. And then Boise, they're coming in going, oh, my God, we get to play in Los Angeles and try to beat UCLA. Christian?
Me, I don't really follow college football like you guys do. I think Boise is going to be coming out with the win this week. UCLA has been so hurt, losing so many people coming out.
And then Cal at Texas Tech.
In my opinion, UCLA doesn't have a chance. I don't know how they even show up in this game without a quarterback.
Yes, sir.
I've got Boise State plus the points and a smaller bet for them to win outright. And then the other college game that closes out the night, and I'm leaving out like 4 games, but I'm just talking about the ones that I'm interested in betting on. Cal at Texas Tech. I don't like lower tier Pacific Coast teams going up against teams in the SEC or Big 10 or Big 12 in bowl games. It generally doesn't end well. Texas Tech, I think, has the advantage in the beef on both the offensive and defensive line. Cal has had some opt-outs that'll hurt them. Texas Tech is going to have their best 2 running backs in this game. It's only -3. I mean, honestly, if you just told me there's a lower level team from California playing a mid-level team from the SEC who's from Texas, and the line is -3, I'm taking the Texas team, Rocky.
Right. I agree with that. I took the words right out of my mouth without even knowing what team it was. SEC culture is a whole lot different than the Pac-10 culture. They got I'm not knocking the SEC, but a lot of smart guys go to UCLA, not necessarily the greatest football players, or Cal. Cal even worse.
Yeah, the guys playing at Texas Tech on the offensive and defensive lines are the size of Volkswagens.
Yeah, and they've been playing since they were 8.
Right.
Yeah.
And all they do is knock the chocolate out of people. So, yeah, there you go. All right.
Different culture, yeah.
So we've got Saturday NFL games. We've got 3. I've got bets on 2. The Vikings are at the Cincinnati Bengals. And, man, that backup quarterback for the Bengals, my God, he's been great. And the Vikings, Josh Dobbs, the rocket scientist, came in. He had 1 great game. He's sucked ever since. He's been benched. The journeyman quarterback, whose name is escaping me, is going to start instead of him. They are at Cincinnati. And by the way, do you know the Vikings are 26th in the NFL against the run on defense? Joe Mixon is going to eat them alive on the ground, and that's going to open up the play action pass. I think the Bengals are going to blow the Vikings out in this game, and it's only -3. Rocky.
Yeah, I don't know why that I saw that -3. By the way, I'll just say it now: the Bengals are my pick of the week in this game. I don't see Minnesota.
That's funny. They're my best bet on Saturday.
Yeah, they're my pick of the week. I don't know why the line is only 3 because, like you said, this backup quarterback, he's going to get paid. Josh Dobbs is tough, man. He's a tough kid. He takes some licks, man. He's not afraid to get his nose in there, but he's just not that skilled to start in that division.
No.
I just don't see it happening. And the team that's coming in there are going to bully him. Yeah, I mean they're going to Cincinnati to get bullied, and they're going to get bullied. Cincinnati going to rough them up pretty bad. No idea why it's only 3 points. No idea.
I think it's Pittsburgh versus somebody on Saturday in the middle game, right, Christian?
It is. You lost me. It is Pittsburgh. Yes, I can't find it though.
All right, yeah, okay, and it was
versus the Colts.
It was
the Colts.
I don't like betting a bad team against a bad team, and so I'm just leaving that game alone. But the nightcap for the NFL on Saturday is Broncos at Lions. Man, if you asked me 4 weeks ago, Broncos at Lions, I would go, are you kidding?
10
The
points.
Lions are going to kill the Broncos. The Lions have not been trending in the right direction. They were up 24-0 against the Saints and had to white knuckle out a win. The Saints are not good because their offensive line sucks and they can't stay on the field, and that's putting too much work on their defense. The Broncos have come out of nowhere and beat a bunch of great teams, right, Christian?
Yes, they have. Ever since that blowout loss from the Dolphins by 70 points, the Denver Broncos have been doing a tear on the NFL's best defenses. Russell Wilson has been the best passer in the league in the past 7 games, outside of Brock Purdy and Dak
I
Prescott.
believe the Broncos have the most takeaways in the NFL in the past 6 weeks.
That is also correct. I'm very sure the Broncos are very happy they did not trade Patrick Surtains this midseason.
So Broncos go to the Lions. Lions trending down. Broncos trending up. I love the Broncos plus 4.5 in this game. And I also am going to bet the Broncos on the money line to win plus 180.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. This was my pick of the week going ahead. This is my pick of the week going ahead. The Broncos against the Lions this week. The Lions have not been doing good defensively this year. They have not been able to keep a lead. They have the most blown leads this year following up.
Yep. By the way,
I'm taking the Lions just to be the guy out, odd man out.
Lions to win or Lions minus
Lions to
5?
cover. Minus -4. Minus 5.
No, it's 4.5, so they have to get 5.
Yeah, I like the Lions at home. I don't even recognize the Broncos the last weeks. I don't know what's happened, but it's gotta end soon, right? It's gotta end soon.
I don't know. Giants at the Saints on Sunday in the early window. The Giants are catching 5.5. I don't trust the Saints to beat anybody right now. Their offensive line sucks. Derek Carr has 3 broken ribs. 3. Suffered in 3 different games. And he had a almost separated shoulder. And he's had 2 concussions. This season, honestly, if I was close to Derek Carr, I would say get your ass off the field for the rest of the season so you don't end your career.
Yeah.
I love what the Giants did in their last game. That quarterback is showing something.
Tommy DeVito, yes, sir.
Giants plus 5.5. I'm all over it.
Yeah, Giants had a great game. Came out of nowhere.
This was my wonder dog pick of the week as well. Tommy DeVito has
That's
been
my
2-1
wonder
his
dog.
last three.
Giants plus 5.5. I think they might get the outright win.
Okay, it's our
I do
wonder
too as well.
Okay,
Tommy
I've got
DeVito's
2
been
more
playing it
picks
up.
in the NFL, and they're both on points. The Chiefs go to Massachusetts to play the Patriots. The number is 37. The Patriots score 13 points a game on average. The Chiefs 22. The Chiefs allow 17 points on average. The Patriots 20. 2 great defenses, 2 offenses struggling. There's going to be some weather. I'm going under 37 in this game because the Patriots might not score 6. Rocky.
Yeah, the Patriots defense
1 minute
should be able to keep it close enough to cover the 8-point spread.
And here's the thing that scares me for anybody that has Travis Kelce in fantasy football. The one thing Bill Belichick is going to do is take away Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And then finally, Jets Dolphins. The over-under number there is 36.5.
Over.
Zach Wilson was apparently told by the Jets that they will move on from him in the offseason. And then he had his best game ever because I think all that pressure was released off of him and he finally played free. That number, 36.5, I think they blow through it. I think that game's going to be 50 to 60 points.
They'll cover that. They'll go over in the first half. Yeah, I agree. They're way over. And by the way, I don't think the Jets have a chance in that game.
Tyreek Hill is injured and is a game time decision.
Well,
all right, Christian, take us out.
Fellas, this has been Steer the Line. Thank you to the Ontario Strikers for inviting us, not just today, but for the remainder of the season. Make sure you go support your local team on the Ontario Strikers right here, right now, for the rest of the year. We're Steer the Line. We will see you guys next week.
All right.